A South Sudanese businessman, Kerbino, who was sentenced to jail terms over accusations that he staged a riot at the National Security Headquarters in Juba, has formed a new rebel group. Kerbino was sentenced to 10 years for violating Section 67, 72, 79, and 47 of the Penal Code of 2008. He was released in a presidential pardon in January this year. Wall says his new group, the 7th October Movement, is going to fight the government of President Salva Kiir. He says there is no peace in the country and his group wants change.
And I am calling to launch our official manifesto. I'm reaching out to you.
When you say your official manifesto, who are you?
We are the 7th October Movement.
Can you tell me more about this movement?
Well, this movement, Tanzer, it's a new movement that is launched in South Sudan. This is a very, very historical day in South Sudan. So I would actually like to make the press release and first greet my fellow citizens of the country.
And who are behind this 7th October movement? I mean, this is news. Who are behind this group?
The team that is behind this group, Tanzer, are the young people of South Sudan that has finally awakened by the suppressions and the injustice and the failure of the leadership in the country. So they have taken the lead to liberate themselves from the oppressions and the failed leadership in the country.
When you say young South Sudanese, I mean, could you give names of people who are behind this group? Who is leading the group?
We will not give the specific name right now, but the movement is very inclusive. It's led by South Sudanese. It's a broad-based young South Sudanese movement. It is built and inclusive in all tribes represented in the movement that have all been affected by the failure of the leadership in the country.
And I can see that you are talking to me on a satellite phone. Where are you talking from?
Tanzer, I am deep in the secret lands of this country, which is South Sudan. I am in the home soil with my fellow citizens, standing in solidarity with them. So I am in the country.
In the country where? The country is vast, Kerbino. Could you be specific?
We cannot disclose our current specific for the security reason, Tanzer, but we are in the country. I'm speaking inside the soil of our homelands.
And you are speaking in your capacity as to who in this new movement? Are you the leader of this new movement?
Affirmative, Tanzer. I am the chairman of the 7th October movement.
And how many people are with you in this 7th October movement? Could you give us the number of your membership?
Well, so far we get a couple of thousand. We just officially went on air today. We just launched our 7th October movement. At the moment, we already have 1,000 before we actually launched the official manifesto.
And where is the headquarters of this movement?
Well, the headquarters in the movement is in the countryside. We're starting in the countryside, work our way into the capital. And we are in the country with the people.
Kerbino, when did you leave Juba? When I remember President Salva Kiir pardoned you after you were sentenced. When did you leave Juba?
I left Juba a few days ago to enter the country where the people are neglected. So, of course, I was released by the President Salva Kiir with the amnesty, but releasing me is not the solution to the current challenges the system of South Sudan is facing. We still have a lot of brothers and sisters behind the bars. We still have a rotten system that is systematically targeting our citizens.
And Kerbino, I mean, this sounds like a serious development. People of South Sudan want peace. The people you are claiming that they don't have peace want peace. Why would you go back to the bush and wage another war?
Well, Tanzer, the truth must be told. We don't want to be lied to that there is a peace. There is no peace in South Sudan. Okay? There's totally not peace. All of us has experienced when there's a lack of the will from the leadership, you cannot have peace. Peace remains violated. The people are dying day and night, 1,000. Last month, we just have 1,000 people died in Law. We have the fighting going on in Tony. We have the internal communal happenings in Lagos State. Where is the peace? Peace is not for the elite. Peace must prevail to all South Sudanese citizens. So the peace only prevails in Juba. But the mere 70 or 80% of the population of the country are in the countryside that are dying as a lack of the leadership from the state.
Where are you speaking from? It's very important that you tell us where you're speaking.
I am speaking in this secret area in the soils. I cannot disclose right now, but I've told you earlier, I am in South Sudan, in the country with my people in solidarity.
That's Kerbino Wall, a South Sudanese businessman who has just rebelled against the government of South Sudan. He was speaking to me via a satellite phone from an undisclosed location in South Sudan earlier today. A member of